we have just 10 minutes for questions and clarifications that you may require from the panelists. So you may ask your questions during our Q&A. Yes.
My question is to Kishali, Commissioner. I'm just wondering how the Commission is ensuring when the new legislature is enacted in Sri Lanka, how are you ensuring that there is no exemption of RTI because the recent Office of Missing Person exempt type of access to information? We are very particular because the victims are very particular about accessing information, and one mechanism down, we are looking for the three other mechanisms. So how are you ensuring that?
I will reply to that very quickly. Actually, I had flagged this as a point to talk of, which I missed during my discussion. There is significant concern for Sri Lanka. Significant concern. We've got two examples. One is enacted law, as you mentioned, Office of Missing Persons Act, which shuts out RTI. For good reasons, as some people may argue, there are countervailing views to that. There is a proposed audit bill, which again shuts out the right to information law. Again, for, as the Auditor General may argue, good reasons. But if this practice continues and the trend continues of emergent legislation shutting out the right to information law, we might as well scrap the law from our settled books. Because if more and more laws keep on giving more and more obstacles to RTI, we will have the shell of a law in place. So I think this is something the media and civil society ought to be extremely watchful about. And really present a strong case to the government, and I think the Commission itself is also very cognizant of this fact, present a case to the Commission as to why this trend ought to be stopped. So thank you for pointing it out.
Yeah, I have a question to the speaker from Mexico. According to your law, it seems that any entity or person receiving public funds is subject to correct information. What is the definition of public funds then?
Thank you for the question. Every money that you receive from the government is considered public fund.
So that means you would exclude membership contributions to private associations and clubs and unions, social action movements. Would they be all excluded therefore?
Well, if you receive any penny or any dollar or anything from the government, is accountable and is mostly transparent according to Mexican law.
That is a taxation income.
No. It's not about tax. It's about when you contract with the government, or for example, labor unions. There are some unions in Mexico that are from the government. There are some people that work for the government that constitutes a union. So the money that they receive from the state or from the government is accountable and is subject to transparency.
I want to ask the Speaker of Mexico. You said that Mexico is open to everyone without disclosing their identity to ask anything. So if some unknown person would ask some extremely sensitive information or that is a threat to national security, for example, if they ask for the nuclear codes or something, so will they get their response?
You can ask the information. In that case, I don't think it's going to be. You don't have. You will not be.
That issue, the question relates not to the person asking. It relates to the exception under which the information can be denied. So, for example, you can have a non-citizen asking that question or a citizen asking even, but if it causes serious prejudice to national security, it will be denied under the exception. And if there is no overriding public interest in issue. And the problem with the citizenship issue is actually quite simple. If the objective is to prevent non-citizens from getting information, because in all our regimes in South Asia, you can't ask reasons why you ask for information, a non-citizen can easily get a citizen to put in a request for information. So it's quite absurd really, that whole restriction, and it requires a little bit more thought. So the exception is the one that we will apply in this case, not the issue of citizenship or non-citizenship as the case may be.
I got a question to Professor Ali. about Bangladesh. You were worried about the record keeping. How are the records being kept in Bangladesh? Yeah, especially system work.
Well, record keeping is quite new now. When this Right to Information Act was launched in 2009 in Bangladesh, the need to have storage of information, systematic storage and preservation of information. The importance we have started giving importance for this systematic record keeping. And with the government, first it was not that much welcome because we asked the ministries, we have 40 plus ministries, and we asked them to, make some information, like use a proactive disclosure policy. But in the beginning they were reluctant, particularly in Bangladesh. Right to Information Act is used to seek information on land issues. Who is grabbing whose land, and whether it is reserve forest, protected forest, or whether it is government land, whether it is acquired land, how much land is recorded. So this is very critical issues. So in the beginning, when the Ministry of Land was not keen, now they have started, and various international organizations have started funding for the record keeping. And when they do the record keeping, during British period, we have this A, B, C category of information. And now they of course do that to themselves, but they don't make it to the public, because this information falls into the A category, B category, and very secret. When you seek information, like as Teacher Ali was mentioning, you can seek information on any issues. Even people started asking that why so much defense budget, why not much budget is allocated against education, then it's kind of sensitive issue. So the government decides to disclose that much that they think is rational. Then it is up to the citizens how they react, how you mobilize the citizens to actually seek the information and get as much as possible to benefit. So this is where I think we have to put a lot of importance that yes, record keeping is there, information is there, and if I'm getting the information, whether I am satisfied at what level. It's not monetary satisfaction, it's a subjective satisfaction, it's satisfaction at many levels. So I think it's quite actually complex.
We have time for 2 more questions. Yes.
Here in Sri Lanka, the civil society and NGOs receive large amounts of funds through the embassies. Recently, I think 2016, the USA announced 1.92 billion Sri Lankan rupees to the government of Sri Lanka. And Australians have announced 3.8 billion rupees. I'd just like to know whether these funds can be, you earlier talked about the government side issuing information without the public seeking. Don't you think the civil society and media organizations and all those who receive funds from embassies, millions of rupees and dollars, should announce the amounts received by them and how these funds are spent in Sri Lanka?
So the scheme of the RTI law, as you probably will know, was designed to bring in non-governmental organizations also into its fold. And this was done very consciously because it was felt that the principle of transparency should apply across the board to government and to non-government as well. So actually in our case, definition of public funds includes not only funds given by the government, but funds given by foreign governments as well. So in the first instance, in terms of reactive disclosure, right to information requests can be filed in respect of these issues that you're talking of. I think in many instances, NGOs do put out these information in any case on their websites and so on and so forth. In the second instance, in terms of proactive disclosure, even though the Act in sections 8 and 9 apply only to ministers, in drafting the rules and regulations, I think the Commission addressed its mind to this factor, and Regulation 20, for example, which was gazetted in February last year, brings in all public authorities, including the non-state entities, into that fold. So even in terms of proactive disclosure, there is a certain duty incumbent upon public authorities which relates to the non-state entities to conform to the RTI regime. And I think Sri Lanka's regime has been fashioned, as in contrast to the Indian regime, has been fashioned really bringing the non-state entities and the state entities on par with each other in terms of the right to transparency.
And I also want to ask you, have you received any complaints from the public as regards the NGOs and the civil society, those who have refused to part with information?
Sorry, the last part?
No, I mean, have you received any complaints from the public as regards NGOs and the civil society? I mean, those who have refused to part with information.
Refused to part. No. The Commission has not yet received any appeals in relation to non-state entities. But you know, as the regime takes hold in Sri Lanka, I think this will be very much coming into play in the future.
One more question we have time for. Yes.
I'm quite happy to get into this debate about public funds because this is usually it's happening in India. Our understanding also used to be the same. The public funds means funds that come from the state. But unfortunately, public in the dictionary meaning of the term is about the people. And the reason why we are emphasizing on the second definition is because a lot of public money, hard-earned savings, are deposited in banks. Banks in India are usually controlled by the government. A lot of money goes to cooperative societies, but the cooperative societies are known for corruption, but they are not covered by the RTI. It's people's money that they are using. It will not be public in the conventional sense, but it is still people's money. So when foreign funding is covered, when state funding is covered, why not people's money that is in banks, their hard-earned money that they need to know how is it being spent and who is receiving it and for what uses they are putting. So this is one debate I think even the international RTI movement needs to take into serious consideration, because there's so much of fraud that is going on in South Asian countries with regard to public money that is kept in banks, that there are no other ways of getting transparency. There's so much of loan defaulting, loans going bad that is happening, that will eventually ruin the banking system in our countries in a very big way.
Well, yeah, because there's also another fundamental right, the data protection. So you have to protect also the intimacy of I think the key here is an constraint that we have to empower is that if any information is related with corruption, it must be cannot be reserved in any kind of way. I think that could be the way in that case. In other cases, we have to protect also the personal data and the intimacy of the person.
Thank you very much. Let me thank the three panelists for their very informative presentations and giving us much food for thought. And thank you very much. The session is closed.